Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist Adrian's weather forecast. Welcome back to the video, guys. Alright, guys, so I'm getting actually pretty close to 1K. I'm about 20 subs away. I want to thank all those people who have subscribed to me. It really means a lot to me, and I just want to keep all you guys safe. So, guys, this will be the last announcement, or today from after tomorrow. I will not take any more requests for a shout out. So this is the last video, or tomorrow's the last video to ask for a shout out. So once you get to Sunday, there will be no more shout outs, because I guess I'll be to 1K before Sunday, I'm hoping. So this would be the best chance to ask for a shout out if you haven't already done so. If you already asked yesterday, please do not ask again. I will go into the video of the comments yesterday and find you. But please, if you have not asked already, go ahead and ask. So, guys, this will be an update on the severe weather for parts or the possible flooding in the northwest, and then severe weather from the plains to the south, central to the Midwest. So we have quite a lot of advisories and active alerts that have something to do with this. So then we have the flood watches and flood warnings in the Idaho, or we have flood warnings in the very light green here for the Idaho and Washington area. And then we have some flood warnings in the dark green counties for the areas of the Washington, Oregon, Idaho. And then we're going to have some flood advisory or flood watches for Montana and parts of South Dakota. Then we're going to have the most severe weather here in the plains so far today. We have quite a bit of tornado watches, including parts of actually north of the Denver area. Usually you don't see that there this early. And then severe thunderstorm warnings for the Wyoming, Nebraska, and Colorado area, and then severe thunderstorm warning for severe thunderstorm watches are here for the Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado, and then we have severe thunderstorm warning for the northern Kansas area, and then some wind advisories, as there will be some wind with these systems. And then we already have those flood warnings in effect for the counties that touch the Mississippi River. Now let's go ahead and check out the west first, as this is where it all started with that low pressure system. So we're going to have some really strong storms in the southeastern part of Montana. Quite a good chance of having some flooding and rains here, as we do have those flood watches in there. And then some scattered small little bands for the Utah, Nevada, and southern Idaho area. But as we go the next couple hours, we will have some possible snow threats in those mountains, possible blizzard conditions with those winds. And then just north of that, we can have quite a heavy band stretching for the North Dakota and Montana area, and then some more rain for the western part of Montana and the tip of Idaho. We go the next couple hours into the overnight and early morning. We will have that low pressure system that other low pressure system start to form, and that's going to bring some floody rains for those coastal areas. And then it's going to bring a lot of rain to the California, Nevada area as we go into the Saturday, and then quite a bit of snow actually possible in the North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota area, and then quite a bit of rain or quite a bit of snow there. But then as we go in that second system that appears Saturday, we're really going to bring some very heavy rains to the San Francisco area, the Reno area, and it's going to be very off the coast, so it's not going to bring inland rain yet. It's going to be more in this coastal areas. Portland can get quite some flooding rains. The San Francisco area can get a lot of rain, and then we can have some snow in those Sierra Mountain areas, as we're going to have that cold, as it's going to be very below average. If you saw my May forecast, you will understand. But if you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that out after this video. And then as we go in the next couple of hours into the future, on Sunday we'll have some possible band of some strong rain from the Seattle area to the Boise, Idaho area. Now let's go to the Midwest, as we're going to have some severe weather there too. So as we go in the next couple of hours, we're really going to have some strong bands in the South Dakota area. And then we're going to have some strong bands in that Nebraska area. And then we're going to have that low pressure system that's going to bring some really strong bands into that Nebraska area. But we're going to have those really strong storms in that South Dakota area into the Nebraska area. And then we go on to the next couple of hours into the overnight hours. Really going to have quite some severe weather for the Minneapolis area, Minneapolis usually doesn't see that severe weather, but are really going to have some strong storms. And then for the central part of Nebraska or Minnesota can get some strong storms too. And then that we're going to have that low pressure system bring those really strong storms into the South Dakota area and have some possibly strong bands from the Milwaukee area to the southern parts of Michigan, possible flooding rains in the North Dakota area, and then we're going to have that possible flooding rain there into the southern or South Dakota area too. As we go into more into the tomorrow during the day, really going to have some very strong storms for that St. Paul area, strong storms for the Madison and the Green Bay area. Going to have that scattered little bands, so we can have some possible severe weather every couple minutes, and then a strong band in the Iowa area, strong possible severe threat in the South Dakota area, and then possible flooding threats for the North Dakota area. So we're actually going to have quite a bit of rain with these systems forming into parts of off the coast of the west. Quite a band stretching from that Canada border area from the northern part of Wisconsin to the central part of Minnesota. Really going to have some possible bands and more of that light rain. Then we have that snow that pops up right behind there, the South Dakota area, and then we have some really strong bands into that Iowa area and then near the Illinois area. Chicago's going to probably feel those heavy bands as they move into more into the Sunday area. We're going to have some really strong bands into the northern Wisconsin, that near that Lincoln, Nebraska area, really strong bands, and near that Des Moines area, really strong bands too. So we're going to have some multiple bands, one near the Chicago area, one near the Des Moines area, one near the Lincoln area. So we're going to have some really strong 3 bands that can actually hit the same area over and over again. And then as we go more into the Sunday area, the Sunday area, we're going to have more bands forming, one near that central area, north central area, Illinois, and then we're going to have a quite strong band near the Des Moines area, really strong storms close to the Kansas City area, and then a strong band in the Topeka area, and then we're going to have some really strong bands that will form behind that, and then we're going to have quite a very big threat of severe weather in that St. Louis area as we go into Sunday night. Really strong storms for that St. Louis area. Possible severe weather still in parts of the Wisconsin area. And it'll last a couple of days, maybe possibly 3 days. Same areas can get rain and more rain. Really a rare sight to see that amount of rain. And then some more rain for the Topeka area and the Des Moines area, in the Iowa area. And then another system forming for the Monday area. Really strong storms to bring some severe weather into the Midwest. But I will actually talk about that in the next video, because I'm going to be focusing on the ones that are the severe weather that's actually occurring right now. But yeah. And then we're going to, if we go to South Central, some strong bands forming in that Nebraska area. And then there we go, as we go more into the overnight hours, we're going to have that low pressure system to bring that really strong storms. We're going to have that moisture feed the bands, the moisture to feed up and intensify. So that moisture is going to come in as we go into tomorrow morning, having some strong bands. See that Austin, Texas area, and then in the southeastern part of Oklahoma can actually have some really strong bands start to form in there. But and then as we go in the next couple of days, or the next couple hours into tomorrow, really strong bands for that western Nebraska area, southeastern part of Oklahoma, and northern Texas. And then that will rapidly go away, and then we'll have that next system with that moisture still feeding that south central area, feeding the Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma area. And then we're going to have some more strong bands in that Topeka, Kansas area. And then near the Dodge City area in Kansas can have some possibly scattered bands. Then we're going to have a really strong band stretching from that St. Louis area through the Little Rock. Really strong bands, possibly severe weather in there. And then north or near the Shreveport area can actually have some possibly strong bands. And then as we go into more to the Sunday area, we can have some really strong bands in that Shreveport area, the St. Louis area, near the Memphis area. Little Rock area can actually experience some really strong bands on the Sunday. So it really is going to intensify today through Sunday. So day 1, which is today, we're going to have quite a lot of the country of severe weather. We're going to have a slight chance in the plains We're going to have a slight chance in the mid-Atlantic, and we're going to have more than a slight chance in the South Central. And then we're going to have that marginal risk stretch along all those areas and those. So we actually have we have a population of 37 million people in that marginal risk, including Chicago, Indianapolis, Baltimore, Omaha, and Minneapolis. And then we have some more other areas. And then we're going to have that slight chance for the mid-Atlantic areas. But we're really going to focus on these areas that we're going to have multiple bands forming in these areas. But as the area that's really going to get it's very soon is going to be this the plains area, as Texas will get it more into the overnight hours, as the plains will get it actually right now. So we're going to have a population of 60 million, including part of the Sykes Falls, South Dakota area, and some other smaller towns in that slight chance. And then we're going to have that enhanced risk for part of the North Platte, Nebraska area, Norfolk, Nebraska too. And then some southern cities in the South Dakota area. And then we're going to have that slight chance for parts of the northern part of Texas, and going to include just missing Dallas area. And the enhanced risk for the Texas will be Abilene, San Angelo, and Big Spring, Texas. So these areas have actually experienced a lot of severe weather. As we go into the next couple of days, it is really going to bring some severe weather and up into the northern areas, all the way to the Minneapolis area. Really going to bring some strong bands of heavy rain. So they're going to have a big population in that slight chance, including 31 million people, Houston, all the way to Kansas City. So in the Des Moines can get Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, San Antonio, and then we're going to have some near the Minneapolis area. Just going to be in that tip area with that marginal slight. And then we're going to have a humongous enhanced risk. It's really going to be a lot bigger than today. We're going to have a population about 10 million with Dallas, Austin, Plano, Garland, and Shreveport. Quite some areas in there. Little Rock's just in that border right there. Just very close. Or I actually believe Little Rock's actually in there. But that's what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, next couple, and then we go day 3. We're gonna have that marginal risk for those areas that will get that quite some heavy bands, including Detroit, Memphis, Milwaukee, Nashville, Toledo, Ohio. They can get quite some severe weather, and then a slight chance will include parts of the Indianapolis, Chicago, Fort Wayne, Grand Rapids, and Lansing, Michigan. And then let's check out the amount of rain. We're gonna have some surprising amount of rain, where those low pressure systems really going to bring some quite high amounts of rain, up to 2 inches in those Sierra Mountains, and then up to 3 inches. But very rarely, quite rare, we're going to have the most amount of precip in that Midwest area. That south of the Minneapolis area can actually get 4.5 inches, and then northern Wisconsin can actually get 2 to 3, or actually 4 inches, and then South Dakota, the southern tip of South Dakota, can reach 4 inches. And then we have some smaller little bands in the plains, quite scattered little bands that can actually reach up to 3.5 inches near that northern part of Missouri. So this goes all the way to Monday, guys. And then we're gonna so that's the amount of precip we can expect in the next couple of days. Now let's check out the amount of CAPE we're gonna have, because it's really gonna be quite high, gonna be quite widespread. So if we go near that, areas in the northwestern part of Kansas, up to some very high 3,000s, west or east of the Amarillo, 4,100, 4,000 near the Wichita Falls area, quite some high numbers. We go near the New Mexico border, 4,600, and all the way into the southern part of the Texas area, we're going to have some very high numbers of CAPE. Actually, all the way into that Des Moines area, we can have 4,100, 4,600. We can actually have some 4,000s in there, actually possibly in the Nebraska area. If we go into the tomorrow or later into tonight at 8 p.m., we're really going to have some strong numbers in the Indianola part of Iowa, with 4,300, 4,400, 3,800 in that Iowa area. And then if we go into the areas in the Nebraska area, we can actually have 3,600, 3,200, And then in the Kansas area, 3,600, 3,800. And then west of the, or east of the Amarillo, 4,200, 4,300. And then near the Wichita area is 4,000. Let's go tomorrow all the way to 2 p.m. tomorrow. So tomorrow we can actually have some very high numbers, very rarely high numbers. In the northern Georgia area, 2,500, 3,000. Right near my area, 2,400. Southern South Carolina and Knoxville in the low 3,000s. But let's focus on the Texas area that will really have that severe weather possible. So if we go all the way near that Corpus Christi area, 3,500, 4,000, we're going to have some very high numbers up there. And then we're going to have in that southern part of Kansas, 3,400. Sorry guys, my computer's running pretty low. And then that near the Lincoln area, or a couple miles west of the Lincoln area, we have some possibly 3,800 areas. And then if we go to tomorrow at 11 p.m., very high numbers near the Wichita area, 3,700. Near the Wichita Falls area can get 3,000, 3,700, 3,800. Into the Texas area, and we go to Saturday at 2 p.m. We're going to have some very high numbers actually possible into that Texas area. We're going to have some 4,800. We're going to actually have some 5,300 in that northern Texas area. San Antonio can have some very high numbers. Near the Topeka, Kansas area, 4,000. Des Moines can actually have 3,600, 4,000. Very high numbers into the Minnesota area. Very rare to see some 3,600 in there. A very rare sight in there. And then as we go into the Saturday at 8 p.m., really going to fall apart, except for the Dallas area can actually get very high numbers, 5,200, 5,000, and then some high 4,000s. And then it's going to stay like that for the next couple of days. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Again, I'm going to the 1K, so road to 1K, and I'll have a shout out video once I get to around 1,050. I'll probably have my 1K video out possibly next week if we do get there. But yeah, hope to see you guys in the next video, and bye.